What's up, guys? Average Bros back here with another video. Today I wanted to talk about this, the Aspire K1 Glasomizer tank. I am in love with this tank. It honestly has been one of the best vapes that I've gotten out of a tank. Very comparable to the Nautilus Mini, since they both do use the bottom vertical coils. In my opinion and experience, I would much rather go with the K1 than the Mini Aspire Nautilus tank, just due to the fact that this is a cheaper option. It does have the same coil system and it does vape really well. I get really great flavor off it, great vapor production. It does have the removable drip tube. The airflow is really nice. I feel like they really nailed it, at least in my opinion, for the amount of airflow that it does offer. And honestly, for being a set airflow with no adjustments, it honestly is the best set airflow that I have tried. At this point, I would even say it's better than my EVOD 2 and the ProTank Mini 3, which I've tried. And I really did like the ProTank Mini 3 as well. But the ProTank Mini 3, in my opinion, it vaped more closer to the EVOD, and at least with this one, I have not had any issues with wicking, the way it performs or anything. And I do usually vape thicker juices. I'm not exactly sure what the PG-VG ratio is on these juices, but they are a pretty thick mixture from what I can tell, because they do tend to burn out some of my other coils a bit faster. Like the EVOD 2 tank that I was using with this brand of juice, it was burning out the coil. I think I got maybe a week to 2 weeks off a coil, and with this is going on the third day with this coil, and flavor still great, vapor production still great. I really would like to do a versus video of this versus the EVOD, or maybe if I could borrow my old Mini Nautilus tank back from my dad, maybe do a comparison with this, since they are the same brand and they do use the same coil system. But as far as this tank goes, I really like it. The threads, the machining on it, everything is like a high-end quality tank would be, but at a very affordable price. I think I did look up some prices, and it was pretty close to the same price as either the ProTank Mini 3 or the EVOD 2 or the EVOD Glass. They range in about anywhere from 5 to maybe 15 at most. This one, I didn't really get to do an unboxing for it, because I did pick it up at one of the vape shops in my area, as well as a couple coils. But yeah, it's a really nice tank, and I have really been impressed with it. Great flavor. It is on the smaller side for a tank. It's like half a mil smaller than the Nautilus Mini, and that's a 2 mil tank, I believe. And this is a 1.5, maybe a 1.6, if you were really trying to just squeeze as much juice in there as possible. But it's real simple to fill and everything. Maybe I'll just go ahead and take it off, so I can go ahead and show you the coil in there. See, it is a bottom fill, by the way, it's not top fill. But like I said, it's just super easy. That's what your coil looks like. If I can get to zoom in maybe. Pretty decent sized wicking holes. I believe there's 4 of them that go around the whole coil. And then, you know, your coil just screws into the base, and then you just screw it back together. Don't want to tighten it too tight. Turn it back over. See some air bubbles going up. And then just put it on your favorite mod. I do think it looks really good on the VV4 just because it does have that ego threading. And that is another thing. If you do buy this tank, like I said, it is ego threaded, so you would have to have a 510 to ego adapter if your mod does not have the ego cone threading. And I just think it makes a really great look on here. And I really like the look of this drip tip. This is my own drip tip, which I think I mentioned in the last video I did talking about the new setup that I was using. And yeah, it's just a really nice, decent tank. And for like $5 to $10, it's just a steal. And the coils, I believe you can get the coils for around $2 to $3 a piece. Maybe $4 if you were really desperate and didn't mind paying a little bit higher price. But like I said, this coil is still going strong, and it's been, this is the 3rd day. And I will come back and do an update on these coils to let you know, at least in my experience, how long they generally lasted me. And yeah, I think that's really all I have for this video. Not too much. I do like the design of this. It does have like that some like gnarling a little bit, I would say, kind of around the bottom base, so you could really get a good grip on it. And I really like Aspire tanks. Ever since I used the Mini Nautilus, which I think the first time I tried that tank was about a year ago. And also the Aspire Triton was really nice. The Aspire Cleto, those were really nice. But I generally don't really cloud chase that much. I tend to vape more mouth to lung, like the style of how you would smoke a cigarette. But this does give off like really good vapor production. If I wasn't at work right now, I would give you guys a vapor demonstration, but I can't really vape on it, at least in here, because there's no smoking allowed in the office area. But yeah, it does perform really nicely. And like I said, I think it just looks really good on like even if you had like a Vision Spinner 2, I think it would look real nice on there. And it is glass. It's a glass tank, so you don't have to worry about like those really spicy or cinnamony e-juices cracking your tank. The polycarbonate tanks, I know a lot of people were having issues with those cracking. And this is just like one of the nicest tanks I've ever vaped on, especially for being, like I said, a set airflow. I feel like they really nailed the draw, at least for me in my experience. And the flavor is just top notch. Like, I've used this juice, it's a Pink by Voodoo, same nicotine level and everything. I've used it in other tanks, and this is by far the best it's ever tasted. And honestly, I do believe this tank, in my opinion at least, is better than the Aspire Nautilus Mini. And that was like my #1 go-to tank for such a long time. And I'm actually really glad I tried this one. I'd been thinking about buying it for a while, and it was a worthwhile investment, especially for the price. But yeah, that's all I really got for this video. As always, Average Bros. Catch you guys later.